Hello and welcome to another episode of the P Security channel. Today I've got with me ESET Smart Security 7, which is still in beta. It's a pretty early beta, and I just decided to take a look at their new features and to give it my basic test. So we'll start with the user interface. It's still very similar to the last version. No major improvements or changes. And I'm absolutely fine with that because their user interface is really nice. It's easy to find what you're looking for, and it's very simple and easy for the inexperienced users. So it's absolutely fine that they're not changing their user interface. In fact, it's good that they're not messing around with it too much. So let's take a look at what we've got here. We've still got real-time protection, intrusion prevention system, anti-theft, which was introduced in the last version. Now I've disabled it, but you can go ahead and enable it if you use a portable computer. In that case, if your laptop or notebook or whatever gets stolen, it should be able to alert you, take pictures with your webcam, do all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to go into too many details because that's not really my job. So we've got gamer mode, anti-stealth protection, a firewall, web access protection, email protection, anti-spam and anti-phishing. We've also got parental controls. So still very similar to the last version, but let's go into the advanced setup. Here we should see some changes, hopefully. First of all, antivirus and anti-spyware, we've still got the same options. And I've left everything at default. I haven't messed with any of these. If you want, you can go ahead and enable their advanced heuristics or smart signatures. You can go to strict cleaning. But I haven't done all that. I'll just leave it the way it is. Now, the interesting part is here again, the host intrusion prevention system. It's enabled by default. We've got self-defense enabled, and this is something new, enable advanced memory scanner. Now, from what I read and what I understood, it's kind of like it analyzes objects in memory, so maybe it's sort of a behavior blocker. I don't think it's exactly that, but maybe you can think of it as one. And as for the filtering mode, it's still the old one. We've got automatic mode with rules, interactive mode, policy-based mode, learning mode, and I'm not very pleased with this. We've still got this only one rule in here that just allows drivers to load successfully, just so that your computer doesn't become unbootable if you go into interactive mode or something. Now, apart from this, there are no rules that I can see. They said they have some hidden rules. Now, whether or not they have been improved, there is no way of knowing until I complete the test. But as of now, I'm not seeing any improvements in this section. And in case you're new, none of these modes are usable, to be honest. Interactive mode will basically bombard you with millions of pop-ups, make everything go crashing, and it'll be a nightmare. And policy-based mode is even worse, so there's basically no way you can use this apart from this automatic mode with rules. There's only another way of using it that I can think of, is you put it in learning mode for about 30 days, then you go to interactive mode. But it still doesn't make any sense to me because it'll keep asking you thousands and thousands of questions, and it'll be your nightmare. Especially for a simple user, they'll probably take this machine to be infected with malware, the number of pop-ups you'll get. So automatic mode with rules, that's how anyone has to use it, pretty much. The other options are more or less unusable. So it's quite interesting they're not messing with this. I really do not understand. If you want users to write the rules themselves, why not give them some rules and let them choose whether or not to enable those? I really do not understand, because even the most experienced users would not bother to, just sit and start writing rules one by one. I wouldn't, certainly, because it's payware in the first place, so you expect all this work to be done beforehand. So that's basically what we have in the settings. I'll not mess with anything. I'll just do an update again. And you can see that it's up to date. Now, as for the memory usage, I know this is a beta, but I don't think the final version will bring too many improvements on this. So let's take a look at the memory usage. Okay, right now we're using about 95 megabytes, which is pretty high considering that it's not really the heaviest of security suites, but the memory usage is certainly very high. And the reason for that is that they load all their signatures in a memory so that they can work instantly. Still a lot of companies do that. I have no problem with ESET doing that because their CPU usage is really low, and I haven't noticed any kind of system slowdown while using this. So it's really not a real problem unless you have really slow computer, you've got very less RAM. But I've seen this run on slow computers much better than some security suites that use much less RAM. So we'll see how the test goes. I've got 10 0-day malicious URLs. We'll try them out and see how ESET can protect us. So our first link got blocked. That's nice. Connection terminated and the object was quarantined. So it caught the first one. Let's keep going. Here's the temp file, and it'll be deleted on reboot. So it caught the first one. Let's save this one to the desktop and then we'll run it. And it got caught too. So that's nice. And it says I need to reboot to clean it. I'll do that at the end of the test, as I always do. This one got blocked too. So that's 3 out of 3 so far. ESET have always had a really nice web blocking feature. It's one of their best things. So I'm not really surprised that it's catching so many. Their signatures aren't bad either, so yeah, I'm expecting most of these links to be caught and blocked without really the 0-day component coming into play. This one seems to be quite slow to download. ESET's website blocking, well, I haven't seen that in action yet. Used to be pretty frequently used in version 5. So this guy wants me to give it administrator privileges, so I'll do that. And it seems to have run just fine. Now I don't know what it did to my system, but we'll find out very soon. Now this is a PUP. And it's caught as some kind of adware. This is a fake AV. It will be a disaster if ESET lets this one through, but I'm sure it won't. Hopefully. No. Got quarantined. This one got blocked as well. So far we've only seen one file that was missed. Let's try to save this one. This one was caught too. It's some kind of coin miner, Bitcoin I guess. So let's try out the last two links. Okay, here's the first one that was blocked by the web protection or the URL filtering. That's nice. So this component is active. Okay, this one didn't quite work out, so nevertheless we tried out 9 links, and from the looks of it, ESET just let through one. Let's see if that's running in memory or not. Okay, it's good to see that ESET's RAM usage has gone down to about 55 megabytes, I guess. And I hope it stays there. It'll be nice. I'm not really concerned about the memory usage of ESET because I know it's quite light. So I'm not seeing anything really weird here, so I'll just continue with the test. I'll just grab my pack of malware and we'll find out later on if it missed that file, if it did anything. So first of all, I'll disable ESET's protection. And then I'll grab my malware files and then we'll start. Here we have 499 pieces of malware that I'm going to scan with ESET right now. So as you can see, I'll do a right click clean with ESET Smart Security, because the scan doesn't remove anything. So let's see how many it catches. Scans should be quite fast, and just to let you guys know, I've upgraded my hard disk, so I'm using a Kingston 120 gigabyte HyperX 3K hard drive at the moment, and so that should really speed things up because it's an SSD. So hopefully the scan will complete fast enough. Now I'm not sure what this first scan is. Oh no, so it's running 2 scans at the same time, so let me just pause this one. So I guess I'll have to pause anyway. I'll be back when the scan completes. So the scan's complete, and here are some items that it wants me to manually decide what to do with them that couldn't be quarantined. So here's some improvement that I've seen. You can select all with a particular action at the moment, and you can set all to delete and all to no action. So that is nice. Earlier it was a big pain to do each item one by one, and now that is solved. So that's nice. So we'll delete everything. and it's complete. So now we can go ahead and check what we have left. We have 53 items. So let's do our math. Now that's 89.3%, which is not bad considering these are all zero-day malware, but could be better. It's still not great. It's kind of average to good, I'd say. So anyway, now I'll re-enable ESET's protection, and we shall run these files and see how their zero-day components respond. No reaction so far. Now this is the area where ESET seems to suffer the most. It doesn't seem to have sufficient zero-day protection. It doesn't seem to have any zero-day protection, to be honest. Now these are all files that it could not catch with its signatures, and so far it hasn't even blocked one of these. So if it doesn't have a signature for a file, it looks like it just lets it straight through instead, although it has a host intrusion prevention system, their advanced memory scanning, whatever, those components just don't seem to be working. As you can see, no alerts so far, and I believe we have their intrusion prevention system set to default. Yes, we do. And anyone can see that there are no rules here, but they say they have some hidden rules. Well, if they have those, I don't know if they're doing some, blocking that I can't see, but I mean, they're not doing much that I can tell, because as you can see, all these processes are in memory, and I'm sure when we do a scan with Malwarebytes, we'll find some stuff. So it just doesn't seem to be working, which is very disappointing. So no reaction still. Just try out the last one. Okay, here's the first one that it caught, and this was just the signatures, so no zero-day component. This was caught probably because previously in the scan it couldn't extract it, so now when it extracted itself, it caught that. So I'll leave it at that, and now I'll just wait for about 2 minutes to let these process do whatever they're trying to do, to give ESET some time to analyze or whatever. I don't think it's doing any analysis, but I'll just give it the time anyway, and then I'll reboot, run CCleaner, run Malwarebytes, the usual hierarchy of scanners, and I'll be right back. All the scans are done, and this time I just wanted to do another scan, so I did Norton PowerRaiser, and it found 2 items. One is a process, it's bad, so it's present in app data local, and it's running at the moment. Then we've got a startup item, so we've got 2 infections, pretty major ones. Now Malwarebytes has found again this startup item, couple of registry keys, and then 3 more files, 2 executables, and a couple of INI files, configuration files for those executables. And then we've got Hitman Pro, We just got one piece of malware, again the same one that's caught as startup item, and this one is suspicious. So basically just 2 or 3 infections, so not too bad. I mean, I'm kind of surprised because pretty much everything ran and just 2 or 3 infections. So maybe this intrusion prevention component is doing some blocking, but as we saw, it wasn't sufficient enough. So, I mean, I'm really disappointed with this because this problem is not new. It's been there with ESET ever since they came up with this HIPS module. I think the first version was version 5, and they still had this issue. They had it in version 6, and now we're getting into version 7, and they still aren't interested in fixing this. So I really do not understand. If you're allowing the user to add rules themselves, why not show them what rules you have so that they can customize it or do whatever? So, I mean, I just feel this thing could be improved to make it so much better, because at the moment, as I said, it's not the best. I know security suites that would do even better, so I mean, it's not bad by any means, but as I said, this section has a lot of room for improvement, and they're bringing in different improvements, like they've got this new memory scanning, they've got this anti-theft, and they're bringing in things like parental control. I just feel they should pay more attention to this instead of these features. Of course, they're all nice, but I mean, these are the core features, the things that you really want to work on, and if you haven't improved these in 3 versions, I just feel you're not doing enough. There's no point in bringing 3 more new components in this beta and just leaving this the same way it is. I just feel this part needs improvement. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the test. I'll be conducting a new poll on my Facebook page about what I should test next, so make sure you participate in that, and thanks for watching.